Hello, everyone. I'm really excited for the book party this weekend. I am personally a huge advocate for reading. I grew up reading and had parents in my life who really supported reading. So a big thing that I've really wanted to make sure I instill in my daughter is the love for books and the love for reading. Now, she's only 2 months old right now, so I am not quite ready to start sharing Harry Potter with her, but I was very excited when I discovered these books. And so I've already placed an order and received some, which is what sold me on having a party and introducing these books to my friends and family. So I just wanted to go through a few that I've ordered and received that I really like. So first I got my baby's very first little black and white library. And like I said, Kaylee's only 2 months old right now, but she actually, these books are small enough for her to even hold. She's just started grabbing things, and so she will hold on to these. Of course, she tries to put them in her mouth at this point, but I do sit and show her the pages. So what I like about these books is, once again, the size, but they're just super high contrast pages, so she can really see the pictures, and it's amazing how she already sits and watches as I go through the books with her. So they're super simple. So cat, duck, let's see here, you've got zebra, rabbit. There's a couple different categories here. And once again, she likes holding them. She definitely engages with the pictures. So super simple and high contrast for her at this stage. There's a whole series of books, the That's Not My books. So Waylon picked out That's Not My Lion, but there's a whole bunch of different ones on the website. And so these are touchy-feely books. So the books have these on each page. There's something that the baby can feel. So Kaylee will get this one for Christmas, so she'll be 4 months old at that point. So it's this one's That's Not My Lion. His nose is too fuzzy, and you can feel his nose, and it's fuzzy. His ears are too soft, and the ears up here are really soft. His paws are too rough, and there's, a rough texture here. And the book continues on from there until the end. But another thing I like about this book is the little mouse on every page. So as Kaylee gets older, I can ask her to, also find the mouse, so she can engage by, feeling the book, but also searching for the little mouse on each page. So, you'll notice that most of the books I selected are board books, and I think that's great for this stage. So I like the That's Not My Lion book. I'll probably buy a couple more in this series for her. Next, for Christmas, I got her, as well as her cousin, the Nativity flat book. I really wanted to get her, a Christmas-type book. So once again, it's a board book. The pages are really thick and substantial. And so, it's the story of Mary and Joseph, and then each page has a flap on it. Another thing that I actually really like that I wasn't expecting is every single page also has a little cutout. And it's really creative the way they did it. So you can see something from the next page, and when you flip it, the cutout aligns with something from the previous page. So I think that's actually really clever. So we've got a cat, and then of course you're going to be able to see the moon. And the flaps are actually pretty nice. And like I said, there's one on every page. So as you go through the book and you go through the story, you've got the different flap book pages. So she'll get that one for Christmas. The next book I got her, which I will not save for Christmas, is I Love You, Animally. And this is just a really cute, repetitive I love you book, but it goes through all the different animals and has different, sayings associated to those animals. So I love you hugely like a whale. I love you shyly like a quail. I love you cleverly like a fox. The pages are really thick in this book. It's not specifically a board book, but it has nice thick pages, and it'll hold up really well. And I love the little illustrations. I'm a huge animal fan, so with this one, I really like just going through the different animals with her and looking at the different animals, and then each saying. Sloths are one of my absolute favorites. So, of course, I love you slowly like a sloth is probably one of my favorite pages. So, Kaylee enjoys just sitting with me and staring at the pages and listening to my voice as I read to her on this one. And then Kaylee is, of course, going to be learning Spanish from her grandma on Waylon's side of the family. And so I actually bought her the big book of Spanish words to give to her grandma for Christmas, so her grandma can teach her Spanish words. And then I already wrapped it, but I bought my mom the big book of English words. And the books actually, the pages match exactly, except of course the Spanish book, the words are in Spanish, and the English book, the words are in English. But I think it'll be really cool for her to have the same book just with English words and Spanish words, and so she can start learning both languages. And then this is a really big book, really thick, substantial pages, cute drawings on each page. And then, of course, you've got just all the different Spanish words associated to these drawings. And then it's like in the kitchen and different types of transportation. So there's different things on every page for Kaylee to learn as she starts learning her words. And like I said, for me, I thought it was really cool to have the Spanish words for Waylon's mom, and then the English words for my mom, and then both grandmas can work on teaching Kaylee both languages. And then the final book I got is actually going to be a Christmas present for my neighbor's daughter. But when Kaylee gets older, I'll probably order this one for her too, because I think it's really cute. And this is basically a search and find differences. So it really helps kids, search the pages and try to find things that stand out and are different. So it's called Who's Ready to Play? So there's, all these animals on every page. But then, certain things happen. So, who's upside down? And my neighbor's daughter will search and she will find which animal is upside down. So it's the monkey. Then when you go to the next page, this one's who swapped places. And so she's got to, look and try and figure out, from the previous page to this page, which animals have swapped pages. So it's really cool just for learning, and I think it's cool because you could actually, make up your own things as you go through this. So once again, nice, thick, substantial pages. So anyways, those are just a few of the books that I've purchased. And like I said, I love reading, and I really want to instill that in my daughter. And so I'm very excited about this company because they have books for reading and enjoyable reading, and yet it's also got this focus on learning that I think is really neat and different. So I'm excited. Thanks, everyone.